Come on, man. Come on.
I know that.
I know you're excited. You want to hear it.
Jackson,
Phil Jackson, Melo. Look, Porzingis ain't showing up to the exit meetings, which has been speculated as a sign that you better do something about this team chemistry. Look, guys, I said it 6 months ago. If you got to give me a choice, gun to my head about Phil Jackson or Melo, who you keeping, I'm keeping Carmelo Anthony. And I think that's finally coming to fruition in the way that I might have been right. What could you possibly criticize Carmelo for in this Phil Jackson era, right? Phil comes out and says a couple of things, so I'm just going to play both of them for you. Here's Phil Jackson's statements of recent in regards to Carmelo Anthony.
We've not been able to win with him on the court at this time. And I think the direction with our team is that he is a player that would be better off somewhere else and using his talent somewhere where he can win or chase that championship. We talked about it in his contract signing. You hold the ball. You only get so many of those in the game. You have to keep moving the ball. I've never criticized Carmelo, ever criticized Carmelo. That's all supposition by papers or whatever, speculation by opinionated people. Holding the ball is not a criticism. That's what he does. That's pure fact.
Okay. Leadership, Francis, is something you understand.
Yes.
You've been in positions of power in college. I have myself as well. You've played on sports teams. You've been a leader in certain aspects of it. The most frustrating part of a bad leader is refusal to put any of the accountability on themselves. I think it's immature. I think that you're not equipped to lead, which reminds me of the Simpsons movie, which we can throw in that clip of, I was elected to lead, not to read. Which one of these proposals, President Schwarzenegger, do you want to use? I go with that one. So in this case, first of all, I've never criticized Carmelo Anthony. That is supposition by the papers and the media. No. You've criticized him. You've said so much about Carmelo Anthony. You can't change a spot on a leopard. Oh, that wasn't about Carmelo Anthony. It was about Carmelo Anthony. He can't win. He holds the ball. It's a fact. Criticism doesn't have to be negative or positive, but it is criticism.
Yeah. It's funny, but one thing, he's out of touch because he thinks it's in the papers. Who reads papers anymore? Come on, Phil. Let's get up to date with the times. It's in the blogs.
71.
It's in the blogs. Maybe if you read more blogs, you would understand what people are saying about him.
That's definitely what Phil's doing.
Yeah.
He wants the blogs.
Yeah, it's a typical excuse of, what do you mean you took offense to that? It's the truth. Like, it's a way that you might say something completely absurd and super offensive, but you think in your head it's the truth, therefore you don't see why it might offend some people.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. There's a problem in this team. There's so much of a problem. But it might just be that the man who you brought to this franchise to expect to work the same magic that he worked at the Lakers, the Bulls, is not going to happen at this team because there's an infrastructure problem, because they made some, I would say, some bad trades in the past where they try to quickly fix things too fast instead of building for the future. And now when you actually have your ace in the hole, your potential player to help lead you forward and be a competitive team again, is not showing up for meetings because he's so just tired of the chemistry and the problems. Exactly. That's when it's a red flag to be like, okay, it's time to start changing something.
I don't know about you, Francis. I watched Jaren Grant and Robin Lopez play effective minutes in a playoff game against the Celtics that they won in Boston on Sunday. Interesting, and that's really interesting because we traded those players. Because Phil traded those players for Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
But no accountability for it. Again, let's just go over the blanket facts as always. What did Phil do well? He drafted Kristaps Porzingis. Good job, great. Now you might lose him because you're a goddamn idiot. And then 2, let's see. He gave Carmelo Anthony the no trade clause. Yeah. He gave it to him. Refuses to acknowledge that he gave it to him. Do you know what I hope? And this is, at this point, I hope it's true. I hope that the Knicks don't trade Carmelo Anthony. I hope that the one way that this gets Phil Jackson fired and maybe James Dolan to see something clearly for once is they pay for him to go. They pay $26 million. They rob James Dolan of his money and pay him to be a free agent. Yeah. That way it's out of spite because that's what you deserve. And wait till we get to the Carmelo Anthony stuff, because you can say whatever you want about Carmelo Anthony and his ability to play the game, and whether you like it, hate it, enjoy it, think he's good, think he makes the Knicks worse. That is now completely beside the point, because all Carmelo Anthony has done, exactly as Frank Isola put it, who's somebody I agree with and disagree with, depending on the article, but I agree 100% with this one, is taking the high road.
Yeah.
While Phil Jackson has acted like Mean Girls, has acted like Regina George, and has been eating those little fucking power bars. You can tell he's getting fatter. Look, man. Oh, I'm not criticizing Phil. I've never criticized Phil Jackson.
That's just a fact.
I've never criticized Phil Jackson. It's just a fact. And we're out of here. I know. We're going. Melo's Instagram, by the way, his response was this. Really? Isn't that great? I'll be waiting. And then 2, look, guys, you just got to face facts. Here are the facts, Phil Jackson. Knicks, year by year. Their actual final record. I see 3 straight playoff appearances, which is obviously not that good. 2 straight first-round exits and the second-round exit in 7 games to the Indiana Pacers. The Knicks essentially were the Clippers of the East for a little bit of time. And then Phil Jackson shows up. Do not qualify. 17-win season. Draft Porzingis. Finally look better. Trade for Derrick Rose. 31-51. Did not qualify for the playoffs again. I'm sorry, that's a trend. And the trend is, it's not that it's just Melo. Phil can't win. Phil cannot win in the Knicks organization, and it is his fault. So just take the accountability. James Dolan, for once, do the right thing. And before Phil Jackson takes the throne as the absolute worst GM/president of basketball operation the Knicks has ever had, because at one point we were talking about how, is he worse than Isaiah Thomas? No, he can't be. Well, he's getting there. He's getting so close. So close. Fire the man. Fire the man and hire Francis Maxwell.
And remove his book from the... Okay, it's Jason threw his book.
I think I shipped it to a fan.
All right, well, you've heard it. There's no better way of putting it than Jason Rubin getting mad at Knicks organization.
We could lose Porzingis because of your stupid decision-making, Phil.
And
just
everyone looks for a unicorn. You think someone's not going to try and take a unicorn and trade for them? How many unicorns do you know?
Giannis.
Yeah, I was going to say there's 2. Giannis and Kristaps.
No, not just Giannis. There's more.
Anthony Davis, Carl Anthony Towns, other guys.